G'day, this is Charlie and I'm coming to you today with your daily dose of tech inspiration. Topic number 248, the role of a website footer, what to include. More jargon, Charlie, and please forgive the fact that I look like I'm glowing a little. I am in far north Queensland and the weather is starting to warm up here. It is only really the beginning of September and it's still quite warm. So I'm really happy about that, but it's also making me glow just a little. So I do apologize. What is a website footer? What do I mean by the role of a website footer? Why all the jargon, Charlie? So let's try and break some of it down. The website footer, when you are looking at a website and you're scrolling, most websites will have a hard stop. You get to the bottom and you can't go any further. And there's normally a bar of information right at the bottom of the site that has a whole heap of information in it, like a whole heap of stuff in it. That's the footer. We call that the footer. If you think about it in terms of a printed document, it's the bit at the bottom of the page that repeats across every page, the footer. We call that a website footer. Now, not all websites have a hard stop like that. Some actually have continuous scroll, but most do. And when you have a website that is built that way, you really need to give it some thought as to, or give some thought, not give it some thought, give some thought as to what goes in that footer. What's important? What do you put in there? How do you use it to your best advantage? The first thing I'm going to say is that the website footer is generally repeated across every page. Now, occasionally, and I can see my lights in my glasses every time I move. Occasionally, there will be a different footer on the home page to other pages. Sometimes there might be a different footer in other pages as well. It really depends, but your general rule of thumb is that it's the same footer across every page, or it's a different one on the home page and then the same one across all the what I call internal pages. This space on the website is really quite important actually and quite useful. One of the things that I recommend people do is not to make the footer too deep. Don't put too much information in there. You put too much information in there, you're going to overload your visitors and they're not going to know what they're doing. Even if you've got like really well laid out pages, you get to the bottom and it's like, whoa, so much information. But it is a place that people will go and look for specific types of information. I know, for example, when I go to a website, if I can't find their contact page in their menu, I will always go to the bottom of the site first and have a look to see if they've got their contact details at the bottom. Normally, when I go to a website, not normally, sometimes when I go to a website, it's because I'm trying to contact the business and I want to know what's their phone number, where are they located, can I send them an email, do they have a form, how do I get in touch with them? So contact information, key contact information is really, it's a really good idea to put that in the footer of your website, even if you've got it elsewhere on the home page or in your menu or in your header. Repeat it down the bottom because sometimes people don't see it at the top and they just go straight to the bottom looking for it. That might also include a map. It might include a phone number. It might be an email address. It might be a contact form. It might be a link to your contact page, but have some key contact information in your footer so that people know how to get in touch with you. The other thing that I like to put in the footer are navigation links, not a full menu like I have at the top, not a full navigation like I have at the top. People come in the top and they scroll to the bottom. They don't necessarily need to see everything that was at the top repeated at the bottom. There are a couple of things that I think are key to put there. Normally, I would put your privacy and your legal pages links in the footer of the website. I don't necessarily put them in the main menu, in the main navigation. I will normally drop them down to the bottom of the page. The reason I do that is because whilst they're important, they're not something that people are going to be looking for off the bat generally. And I've got to keep saying this is a general thing. It's not hard and fast because there's going to be someone that comes along and says, I was looking for your privacy links. Where is it? Oh, in the bottom. But that's where most people will know to go and look for your privacy and your legal pages links. terms of service, legal conditions, how to use terms of use of the website, etc., etc. A link to an FAQ is probably a good thing to put in your website footer as well. And maybe a link to a sitemap if you include a sitemap. So it's just a couple of short links or a couple of links that allow people to navigate your site a little more easily and find the things that you don't need to put at the top, but you need to have them somewhere so people can find them. Social media links are also a good thing to put in the footer. Sometimes you don't want to be sacrificing visual real estate at the top of the page or through the page for your social media or your newsletter sign up or all of those things, but you want people to know that they can find you. So put them in the footer of your website. Now, I don't know if you've actually noticed, some websites will just have like bands of information and they'll just have the links and a copyright notice. Some will have columns, and that's why we use columns. It's because we can put a lot of this information in there. It doesn't take up a lot of height, but we can make the most of the width of the page to get this information out to people. A newsletter sign up, or at least a link to your newsletter sign up. I actually really like to use pop-ups for these sorts of things, or hover boxes. So when someone clicks on a link to sign up to a newsletter on the homepage, we're not going to redirect them to another page on the site. I just have the form pop up and say, hey, would you like to, why don't you join our newsletter? Or here's a free gift for you, or find out about the 5 top things that I'll come back in another episode to how you can use your newsletter sign up to build your list, or things you can do to make that easier and better. Absolutely put your copyright information in the footer of your website and make sure it is on every page. And that's, copyright, the year, and your business name. Sometimes you might even want to put all rights reserved. It helps protect your copy, your content, and your IP. Is it absolutely necessary? No, it's not, because you can prove that that was your work, it's your copyright. But by putting the copyright notice in there, you are bringing it to front of mind. That's how I'm going to put that. So, yep, absolutely put copyright information in there. And in addition to putting, like your newsletter sign up and your social media links there, you might also want to put a call to action in there. And that call to action could be book a discovery call, book a consultation, download a free resource, or actually download a free resource that goes to your newsletter sign up. I don't think you should have 2 sign-ups on your page. I think you should have 1 sign-up, and that 1 sign-up gives you your free resource or your offer. But you can absolutely have a call to action like, would you like to know more? Why don't you contact us? Why don't you book a consultation or a discovery call, or whatever you call it? So that's the role of the website footer. It's that kind of place where you put all the things that you need to have. See, I said that really quickly. All the things that you need to have, but you don't really have anywhere specific to put them, and that that you need to get them out there. And the fact that they're repeated from page to page to page, by putting navigation links like that at the bottom of the page. Oh, I always have a return to top button as well, by the way. So in case someone's scrolled all the way down to the bottom and they want to get back up the top real quick, I return to top, but just scroll them to the top. So yeah, the idea is that you have this information on every page of the website, so that as people are going through, they might go, oh, look, I'm ready. How do I get in touch with them? Oh, I'll just drop down the bottom. There it is. There's the contact details. I've got it. Oh, where is their FAQ? I want to find out. Oh, it's in the links at the bottom. Fantastic. So they're not trying to go through the website to find this information. You've got it in a place where people are trained to look. And that's the other thing, is that websites have been around long enough, and there's enough of a tradition, I guess, that this is the sort of information you will find in a footer, that people will go and look in the footer before they look at anywhere else. So that's why you want to have a website footer. It doesn't have to be anything amazing or spectacular. It certainly has to be in line with the look and feel of your site. I would recommend against making it too busy. too busy. Let it, little bits of information. If it means that you've got to push them through to somewhere else to get the rest of that information, then maybe that's the best way of doing it. Just remember, 3 clicks and you lost your visitor. It's all a balance. But that's how I use the website footer, and that's what I go and look for when I am scrolling a website looking for information. What do you guys think? Have you even thought about what you put in your website footer? Have you thought about what you look for in a website footer when you are looking at a website? Has it even crossed your mind that this is something that you need to consider? I would love to know your thoughts. Please leave comments below. Come across to my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. You can join the conversation there. You can send me a DM on any of our social media channels. You can start a web chat on our website. Whatever works for you, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your questions. I'd love to hear what you think of the website footer and how you use it and what you look for and how you design. If you're a designer, what are the things you consider when you are putting a design together? As always, guys, please, if you can, like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I put out more content. 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every day of the week these videos go out. Try to keep them short and sweet so I'm not taking up too much of your time, but I hope I'm imparting useful information to you. I will see you all tomorrow for topic number 249, and we're going to be talking about landing pages, what they are and why they drive or how to drive conversions with them. See you tomorrow. Bye.